Imagine a young girl sent to live with one family member after another, where she is sexually abused, physically abused, and sometimes not fed. The story I'm about to tell is my story, just a little bit about my life and my journey, and who has inspired me throughout my life. Who has inspired me out throughout my life is God. And God has placed some incredible people in my life throughout this journey. And it was all for a purpose. I was raised by a single mother in Washington, D.C. My mother was 16 when she had me. My dad was 18 when my mom had me. They were both very young and they didn't know how to raise a child. My dad, I barely knew him. However, I did know his family, and we kept in close contact. My mom, she was raised by her aunt. Her mother was killed when she was just about 4 years old. So she didn't know how to raise a child. She didn't know what to do at all. Growing up, my mom had different boyfriends, and a lot of times they beat me, and she beat me as well. And I felt like I had no hope sometimes. My mom was very unstable. My dad, as I said, he wasn't around. He was in jail a lot. He eventually died when I was about 12 years old. When my grandmother, my father's mother, she heard how I was living and what was going on in my life, she eventually came and got me, and she took me from my mom. And it was at that time when I started going to church, and I was introduced to God. And I gave my life to Jesus Christ. My grandmother, she kept me in church. And at that time, maybe 13, I was so broken and I had so much frustration. I had no hope. I didn't trust anyone. I couldn't love anyone. I didn't even love myself. But it was God's love that inspired me. God's love that showed up in my life, that helped me to make it through those adolescent years. Before I was introduced to Jesus Christ, I had no hope. As I said, I started to read the Bible, in which I learned how God created me and how he loved me no matter what, and how to forgive those who wronged me, and how to pray for my enemies. It took much time and commitment to trust in God. God is the one who has inspired me and who continues to inspire me. And without his love, I would be so lost. And I'm so glad that he is in my life today.